Let's talk about all the things that you need to own a ball python. There's a few basic things that you need, obviously, the first being an enclosure. This can be like a fish tank with a screen top, but those don't hold humidity as well, so I wouldn't recommend those. A lot of people use PVC enclosures. You can also do rack systems. You can also do a front opening glass enclosure. So the basic things you're going to need is obviously the enclosure itself. You're going to need a ceramic heat emitter or a CHE bulb with a like dome light. This is going to raise the ambient temperature, and also you can use it to create a hot spot, but I would recommend getting a under tank heater, which is just like a heat mat you put on the bottom of the tank to create a hot spot. And these always need to be connected to a thermostat. If it is not connected to a thermostat, you can accidentally burn your snake if it gets too hot, and that can be incredibly fatal. So the hot spot needs to be at least 90 degrees. The ambient needs to be about 85-ish. It also needs a cool side, so kind of like a gradient going from the hot side to the cool side. The cool side can be like 80-ish degrees is usually what I keep mine on. You need a hide on both sides, so one for the warm side, one for the cold side. Along with the hides, you have to make sure that the snake can fit its entire body in it. And snakes also like really dark, cramped spots, so something that is enclosed except for the opening and completely dark. For substrate, I do really like the ReptiChip and the Forest Floor. I've tried both. I like both. You obviously need to have some sort of substrate in there and a water bowl. The water bowl should be big enough that your snake can soak in it. These are not like hard, steadfast rules, by the way. But typically you want the water bowl to be big enough that your snake can soak in it. You also are going to need a lot of clutter and just like decoration, so like fake plants, hides, logs, wood, rocks, whatever you want to use. Having that clutter in there will make your python feel more comfortable, safer. They really don't like feeling vulnerable or being out in the open. If you have an enclosure that's open all the way around, I would recommend blacking out 3 of the sides so that they don't feel quite so vulnerable. Along with, if you have a screen top, you can use HVAC tape and or aluminum foil to try to keep that humidity in there. That is pretty much everything that you need. Just make sure that you have a thermostat. Thermostats are so important so that your snake does not get hurt. And yeah, that's pretty much all the basics that you need.